Okay, dude, here you go. It's a little Trico spinner with a high visibility twist to it. So what I'm gonna do is, first thing I'm gonna tie my thread on. I'm using white thread. It's 14-0 thread. It's very small diameter thread. Um, and the reason being is these are very small flies. I've got basically my tailing fiber right now. I'm just going to use this little barred Grizzly piece of saddle hackle. I'm going to take off 4 fibers is basically what I'm going to do on this thing. Oops, sorry about that. 4 fibers is all I want. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to split them on the back end. That's why I left that tag in there. So I'm going to split them 2 and 2 on the back of the hook. So I'm going to take, and I got my 4 fibers right there, and I'm going to tie this on right on the top of the hook, bind it down, okay, and I'm going to take and make sure those fibers are up. Looks like I got 5, so I'm going to clip one of them off, okay. All right, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to split these things with this thread, okay. So I'm going to come right up between them, okay, and I'm going to basically use that thread to split the tails on them, okay, and then I'm going to basically wind back and then create my body. All my body's going to be on this fly is white thread, okay. All right, then I'm going to come up, I'm going to tie on a little parachute post, and I'm going to tie it almost in the middle of the fly, okay. Tie it in right there, okay. If you're using this small diameter thread like I'm using, don't torque down too much on that foam because it will cut right through the foam. So what I'm doing is I'm putting some extra wraps on it just to make sure that it holds, but I don't want to tie it down too tight. Okay, I'll work on it later. Okay, I'm going to stand my post up. Okay, by wrapping around it. Okay, and I'm going to tie on a little hackle. Okay, I got a little piece of hackle here that I'm going to use. It's a little Grizzly hackle. I'm going to tie it on like I tie it on like I normally would for a parachute, and I'm going to stand it right up against the hook. Okay, and I'm going to wrap around there and make sure that hackle is standing up with the post. Okay, then I'm going to come back and I'm going to tie on my body, or my thorax I should say, not my body. My body's thread, okay, and I'll make that go on right there. The body that I'm using is the new stuff that I got in from Trout Hunter today. It's a CDC body dub. It's actually CDC feathers tied in a rope. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work to the front of the fly, okay, and I'm going to tie on a pair of little spinner wings. There's a lot of little action going on here for a little small fly like this, man. Okay, what I want to do is just make sure that I get as much detail as I can so that the fly looks realistic, okay, but at the same time it is a small fly, so you don't know how much detail the fish really see, okay. So I'm going to take and I'm going to hold everything forward for a second, okay, get all my wing and everything, and I'm going to take and wind this CDC around the hook shank. So that I create a black little thorax like a trico would have. Okay, then I'm going to come in front. And then I'll tie off with my white thread. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little half hitch there just to hold everything in place while I'm actually winding my hackle. Okay, because I got a lot going on now. I got 2 little foam wings, or polyfoam wings. Okay, I got hackle on there. I got everything on there. I got everything going on this fly. Oops, let me cut my little body hair off there. All right, I got everything going on. Looks pretty good so far. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my wings and I'm gonna force them down to the bottom of the hook. Okay, force them down underneath while I'm wrapping this parachute. Okay, make sure you got all the fibers of them wings out before you start wrapping this parachute. Okay, I'm going to need a little hackle plier to wrap this parachute since it's a little small strand of what I've been using all day. Okay, so I'm going to come around that once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. Let's just go 5 to make sure. So I'm going to pull that up tight, make sure my hackle's tight around the post, and then I'm just going to basically just wind right around on top of it, just like if I was actually tying off a hackle on the hook shank. Okay, just going to making sure that I've got it tied in place. I'm going to come right back to my eye, and I'll tie a little half hitch on there again. Go one last time with a half hitch to make sure. Okay, and I got basically a pretty neat little Trico spinner in a size 20. Okay, I got 2 wings coming out now. Just pull them out, stretch them out, give them a little clip. Give that one a little clip, so they're both the same length. Got a few little wild hairs there. Okay, so basically what I got is a little parachute spinner, little Trico spinner with a couple of wings on it. Okay, tail, everything that you would think you would need to have a decent looking fly. So I'm gonna hold that up to the camera, let you see it. Okay, I can't see what's going on in the camera right now, but we'll see what turns out. So anyway, there you go.